Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, what we've got for you today, is a lovely, handsome fountain pen. What we've got is a Swan Leverless fountain pen. Now, for you people that watch my videos on a regular basis, you will notice, or you would have noticed, that a long time ago I showed you the Swan Leverless 0160 fountain pen. Now what I'll do, I'll leave you a link to the end there, so you people that haven't seen it, you can go and watch it. But the Swan 0160 is a very similar pen to what I'm actually showing you today. The only difference being is the cap band. As you can see on this one, it's got a single sort of not a broad but a medium cap band. The other one, as you'll see, is slightly different. So that's the only reason I'm actually showing you this specific pen. There's no model number on it, so as I say, it may be a 0160, I don't know. But the only difference being is with this one and the last one I showed you, as I said, is the cap band. So what we're going to do is just simply call this the Swan Leverless fountain pen. As you can see, comes in this gorgeous classic black colour. It came to me in a rather sorry state. We've restored it, put a new sack in it, and hopefully everything will be in full working order. The size of it from the top of the cap to the end of the barrel, it's around about 131 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice chunky 12 millimeters in diameter. As I said earlier, a very handsome fountain pen, and a nice chunky one as well for the people that like, well, I wouldn't say oversized, but the people that like a larger pen. Now let's take you to the barrel imprint first of all, and there you can see it says Swan Leverless. Underneath, I think it's got a patent number, and it also says Swan Mabie Todd etc., and I think it says made in England as well to the very bottom. Okay, and I think at the bottom, I'm looking over the camera, I think it says trademark. So let's give you a slightly different view. So as you can see, it's got a lovely crisp barrel imprint. As we said, as the other one had a model number to the bottom, this one doesn't. The only difference being, well, not the difference, the very similarity is that, as you can see to the very end of the barrel, it's got this knurled knob to the end, and that's because this one is what we term as a twist filler, okay, which we'll show you in a moment. Let's take you to the cap again. As we said earlier, a medium size cap band to the end of the cap there. We've got the very recognizable ball clip with the Swan logo to the very top there. The only slight disappointment, but it doesn't affect the beauty of the pen, there's a little bit of plate loss to this clip. If we take you to the very top of the cap there, you can see it's got this lovely little swan button inside the top of the cap there. But all in all, a gorgeous, handsome fountain pen. Let's unscrew the cap for you. Let's give you some of the customary twirls of the pen. As you can see, it's in absolutely gorgeous condition and ready for a new owner. So absolutely lovely. Let's take you up to the section. You've got the very recognizable Swan section with this slight ridge towards the nib, and if I turn it round slightly, I think it's there, you can see also it has the word Swan on the section. Let's take you up to the nib. Let's keep it nice and still for you. We've got a lovely Swan number 3 nib, which as you can see is quite a large nib. 14 carat, Mabie Todd Co Ltd, again made in England. So a lovely large nib. There's a sideways view for you. Let's show you the feed underneath, and once again you'll notice on the feed there it's got the word Swan, and it's got the very sort of recognisable Swan feed underneath the pen. And as you can see by the fact that all these little different angles, everything is gorgeous and clean, as it should be. As we said, a lovely, comfortable, quality made fountain pen. Very nice to hold even with my large hands. Now, as I said a little bit earlier, we've got this little knurled knob to the end of the barrel there. The reason being, it's what we term as a twist filler, which means that if I actually unscrew this little knob there, as far as it'll go, as you can see there, and then we twist it back home again, and in effect what happens, there's a bar inside. As you twist the knob, the bar moves, it sort of catches the sack inside, twists the sack, and then when you actually twist it back again, it releases the sack, which opens up and takes ink into the sack. So let's put it through its paces. Let's see how it writes. So what we do, we dip the section, and there you go, we can hear a little bit of bubbling going on. Let's screw it back again. We don't need a lot, just for a writing sample. Let's give the section a little bit of a wipe, and let's bring on some paper, our little trusted pad, and let's see how the pen writes. So what we have is a Swan Leverless pen. Made by Mabie Todd Co Ltd, and made, I would say, around about, I don't know, maybe 1930s going through to the 1940s. Okay. Made in good old England. Okay, so it's an English made pen, but writing very nicely. Okay, now with the Swan nibs, they are sort of in some cases renowned for having, well, a little bit of flex. So let's put a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke, and as you can see there, by applying pressure, so let's do some figure of eights, and as you can see, if we apply a little bit of pressure to the downward stroke, we're getting a little bit of variation in the line. So I would say with sort of normal pressure would get a fine line, so a fine going through to maybe a medium line. So there is a little bit of flex in the nib, but all in all, a lovely wet writer. Gorgeous. So let's flush it out once we've done the video, and let's try and find this very handsome pen. Let's find it a new home, and somebody will enjoy it for many years to come. A gorgeous example. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen, as always, as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, down below, don't be shy, leave a comment, press the thumbs up to show that you've enjoyed the video, and if you possibly can, down below as well, please support my work. And don't forget, people, we're not over it as yet. There's still problems out there. So please be safe. But for now, I'll just say bye-bye for now.